Welcome to Determined to Succeed. I'm your host, Dawn Mullarney, also known as the Unique Connector. So I'm so excited to have Jamie on the show today. Jamie and I met before COVID times, and her business was growing and evolving and changing. And so I love it because her business is a strategic engagement agency. And so I want to learn more of how you made it through COVID. And also, people are probably wondering, what is a strategic engagement agency? So
Yeah.
Jamie, take it away.
Thank you for having me. What
Yeah.
I love is that I think the work we do fits so well with your unique connector, right? You have evolved as well since the time we first met. And so a strategic engagement agency, or as a strategic engagement agency, we work with businesses and help them cultivate meaningful and lasting relationships that boost their business. And at the same time, it also contributes to societal well-being.
Mm,
And I bring that up because I think it's part of what really helped us thrive through COVID. Um, it was kind of scary at first, and as it was for so many, but um, we were just getting our grounding at that point,
yeah.
and people were just starting to get to know us as this at that time gifting agency. Um, and I think what helped is once we were all sent home, once we had to, be remote, all of a sudden business leaders started to realize, oh my goodness, how are we going to do this people thing? How are we going to manage our relationships and nurture when we can't get together in person like we used to? And I had people reaching out to us like crazy. And that year, our business doubled and it kept moving. I mean, we had the dip like everyone else, but it was fascinating to watch the shift in people because the way our wiring changed as we became very remote. Um, we stepped back from all that fast pace of networking and being face to face and everything. So we had this shift in how are we going to build relationships, right? And we were able to really work with our clients through like, okay, how do you acknowledge the clients that you're working with? How do you show them you see them? You understand what they're going through because especially at that time what we started to teach people was the way you're going to win is when you're the person that shows up and acknowledges someone, or you're the business, I guess we should say. Because who's actually doing that, right? Who's being human through all of this? When we can maintain that, that's how we thrive. And that's kind of the shift we saw happen for the people we work with. That was a whole lot, sorry.
Oh, that was great. And that's her too. I love to kind of hear because when I first met you, it was those personal notes and the cards and all the things. And I was like, oh my God, this is genius because it is that back to the basics. And I just even think for like my grandparents and everything, if you didn't send them a thank you note in the mail, whoo, you were going to
Yeah,
get in trouble. You wouldn't get another gift in the future.
right.
And
Yep.
so I just, I remember thinking that I'm like, oh yeah, I do some of those things at work that I guess I didn't really realize were maybe impactful. And so that's where I love that you kind of had this vision, but it's evolved over time too. And so
Hmm.
maybe even kind of go back to the basics of too when you started the business and what you envisioned it to now what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. It is weird. You talk about your grandparents, and I think we're in a time where we actually have to go back to the basics of how our grandparents used to build businesses, how people used to create successful businesses. And it comes down to people. And I was just having this conversation with my son and his girlfriend around graduation, and they had the graduation party, and then you had to actually write. And they're like, you mean we actually have to write this to everybody? I'm like, oh, yes, you do. If you ever want a gift again, you will say thank you. I mean, that's what you do.
Yeah.
um, but it's kind of old school, right? We got to go back to that. So when I was trying to figure out my path, I always knew that what we did, there was more to it in that we were gifting and we were writing cards for businesses, um, and showcasing their gratitude or whatever it may be. But there was something bigger to it because it helped. the recipient as well. There was something about the way that person felt receiving it. So it was good not only for you as the business owner that it was happening for you, but it was also good in that what the recipient was happening in the recipient's world. And through all of our evolution, what I have come to realize is we are working with and we are having an impact on people's mental well-being these days. What has happened is we're living in a time where there's kind of a collision of trends happening. Technology is advancing so quickly,
Yeah.
and at the same time, our mental health is declining. Not equally as quickly, but we're all starting to see the reality of it. And it's due a lot to the fact that we are so isolated. We have the benefit of having this conversation today over Zoom. And yes, that's great, but there's nothing like true human interaction. And,
Yeah.
we're raising generations of people who grew up mostly on technology, and they're losing their ability to relate to one another. I don't know, have you ever interacted with, I'm sure we all have these days, but when you're in retail and you're out and about, have you ever interacted with a young person in customer service these days? And
Mhm.
you just want to shake them and be like, the answer wasn't just no. The answer is, but let me find out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's just
Thank
something missing.
Yeah.
So, um, this is a really long answer to how we've evolved, but where we have found our place is we're not just a fulfillment service. We're not just, yes, let me send that pen and mug for you. What we're about is helping companies be strategic about how they are creating deeper relationships. Because at this point in time, as businesses, we are not fully realizing yet how much this is impacting us. But our existing clients, if they're feeling this isolated, this disconnected, I mean, what do you think is happening? They feel like, oh, that company thinks I'm just a number, right? But if
Mhm.
you're the company that shows up and truly shows them you understand them, you care for them, you will keep that customer for life, right? They will love working with you. Think about your prospects. You and I have talked about AI, right? Let's think about what AI is going to cause down the road here because how are you going to know the difference between fake and real anymore? I mean, if today's technology has people feeling isolated and not trusting like we once did, imagine what's going to happen when AI comes in.
Yeah.
Imagine how you are going to build your relationships with prospects if they are living in a time where they don't trust anything. Like our sales cycles are going to continue to take longer and longer because people are guarded. I mean, this is just going to build, over time here. So this sounds doom and gloom, but there's a
Yeah.
very real impact here, and I'm very passionate about the need to be human again.
Yeah. And I think that's the part for me where just I see the isolation. I see the things too of, being an introvert or trying to do different things and go out of your comfort zone. And now it's almost a way bigger hurdle that we have to climb over than we used to have to do. And that's where I feel like you and I have always just kind of had this energy too, where we're all about relationships and people and trying to navigate this world. And as I always sit and talk to you, I'm always like, oh my gosh, I got to do more. I got to do more, or I got to do these little things because
Yeah,
sometimes we overlook it or we get so busy in life. And so for business owners, I think sometimes, they are so focused on the profitability or what's the next thing and they're so strategic about the business, but sometimes it's taking a moment to be thankful for what they have and let's be strategic to keep them around and keep them warm or keep those prospects warm or keeping you top of mind. And so I love how your business has evolved too to what is kind of needed, but also to what you've seen, like COVID was another example. And so I love that it's evolved. And that's where
yeah.
even for you, what kind of businesses are you working with typically that really see the benefit of working and on this and being strategic for their
Right.
client?
Right. So I think one of the most impactful conversations I had with some clients recently is we work with immigration attorneys,
Mm,
and it seems like such a specific thing, but they've hired us to send like their welcome packages. Anytime someone hires them to work on their citizenship, we send out these beautiful welcome to the family care packages. And I asked them one time because they spend a lot of money. I mean, every month we get these lists of people who are starting their citizenship journey, and out go these packages. And this has been a couple years working with a number of them. And I said, "Why are you doing this?"
mm,
Um, and what they shared for me is for them, it's all about care. There are a lot of attorneys, and not everyone can place themselves in the client's shoes. And what's important to them is that they show their new clients, we see you. We see that this was not only a very expensive choice to make, but it was a very powerful decision in your life. And we know it takes a long time. This tries your patience. We know what this is going to, and we just want you to know we're here for you like family and we care. And if
oh,
you think about what that sets up for someone, like I mean, if you were an immigrant coming into a new country, the fear, the unknown, I mean, there's just so much, right? And to
yeah.
have someone that you were paying good money to, and you probably question that because you don't have a lot of it yet,
Yes.
um, to have someone show you that level of humanity, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like if I come into this country, chances are I'm not coming alone. If you won my love, I'm going to tell everybody, right?
Mhm.
And so I loved the conversation with them because for them it was all about, and then the other thing they do is it's not only about their clients, they're also that considerate and caring of their employees. And what they told me is they said, listen, when you have happy employees, you have happy clients because that reflects. They're going to treat your clients just as good as you treat them.
Mm.
And so that was, I just love that because we can feel it when we send out those packages. It makes us proud to be part of, in some way, that kind of energy. Um, so we also work with a lot of financial advisors. They do a lot of recognition, let's say around birthdays. It's usually like once a year. But the reason they hire us versus just, doing the flowers or doing the typical baskets or whatever is it's very much about more meaning, right? We look for ways that there's a story with what gets sent. And so we talk with these advisors like, what are these people working toward in their, why do they hire you? They're saving for their financial future. Maybe it's travel. Maybe it's more time for themselves. Maybe, all saving for college. When we send these gifts, let's send some sort of acknowledgement about how good they're doing working toward their future goal. Because that keeps people motivated, excited, happy that you're acknowledging, yep, I'm on track. Um, so that's just some of the kind of work we try to do.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Well,
It's
I love that
fun.
you said earlier, why are you spending so much money? And not to be, but you aren't just about the profitability. You're caring about, does this make sense? Is this the right strategic move for you? Are we just, is this just fluff? You're actually digging in deep to make sure that it's the worth the time, the energy, and two is making the biggest impact. Because I think sometimes some companies think, oh, send them a gift, send them a card, it'll be great. But it's like the actual extra thinking about it and that little bit of extra touch that you thought about, like when you're just saying financial advisors and traveling, there's probably a strategic gift that's focused around travel to make them remember this is why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
That
And
encouragement.
we've right, because now every time I take that mug with me or whatever it is, right, my new luggage, whatever, um, I'm gonna remember you. and I'm going to remember what I'm working toward. And some of those people have told us that what they love is that they'll get pictures of people. They use it here, they use it there. Oh, we're going, because again, and then they added, now I'm sharing it with others. So what we want to do is we want to create share worthy stories, because when people love you and working with you, they tell others any chance they can get. And now if I have this thing that I'm using and you happen to comment on it, I'm like, "Oh yeah, Dawn, can you believe this? Like my financial advisor gave it to us." You know? That's the word of mouth we all long for, the referrals we all want.
Yeah, well, and I feel that it's those more meaningful gifts than just here's a catalog, pick your anniversary gift, here you go,
Here's your
which is
watch.
very nice, but also too,
Yes.
it's like that personal touch where, you're kind of going that extra step. And so, you know, as you reflect on all of these things and your business has evolved, you've made it through COVID. Deep down, what do you think has been the pivotal moment or something that ingrained in you of why relationships are so important to you?
Ah. Oy, deep down. Um, I mean, there's so many moments in my childhood, and I think part of it is I grew up in small business. My grandfather owned a flower shop, and I would work there. And I mean, you talk about gifts and making people happy.
Mm.
And I vividly remember, um, I would work the counter, and sometimes I'd write orders, sometimes I'd just take payments. And it never failed. I'd be working, and the next person would come, and he'd come from the back, "Hey, Joe, hey, we got some of that stuff in that you like, or your wife wants." Every single time, it was like he was pushing me aside, like, oh, and he'd have this whole conversation with whoever it was. And you go back to, again, that's how we built businesses back in the day. Now, today's world, we have the luxury of the internet, and we can speak to the masses. But you talked about it earlier that, we're busy running businesses. Because you think about it, our businesses have scaled so much, and the busier we get, something like that little meaningful personal moment gets pushed by the wayside. Oh, I'm just going to send an email. That's faster, right?
Mm. Mhm.
So, and then I've always been, I guess, I'm not a true caretaker, but I'm someone who notices when people are in need, when people need to be made happy, right? Um, with my parents divorced when we were young, and I remember early on, when it was just us for a while, like, okay, got to look after everyone, right? And so this is who I am in my core is, oh, I can sense you're unhappy here. What do we need to do? How can I shift that? And it's always been that way in my career, everywhere around me. It's just what I take with. Um, you and I also met when we networking groups, right? Growing, I was the manager of a women's business organization, and when I look back now, I can watch something that from afar now. I didn't know it in the moment. But because that's who I am, when people would step into the organization, they were always welcomed with a card. I'd come to the meetings with gifts and thank you cards for people who gave me business or sent referrals. But I was always walking in and I'd hand somebody something. And looking back, what I saw and now what I remember seeing, there were always other people coming in with gifts. You'd watch them walk in with bags and, "Oh, hand it to this person because you did this and this person." And it started to spiral. There were multiple people always coming into the rooms giving. And that community was magnetic. And that's what I think is maybe my superpower underlying that ability to just very naturally be so giving, um, and intentional about seeing people for who they are, that it fosters that in other people.
Yeah. Well, you were the catalyst for other people to gift give or to show recognition or to thank people. And I think, you know, sometimes we have our blinders on, or sometimes we don't always recognize our super strengths or the things that we do. And sometimes you do need to to step away or to come from a different lens to make you really realize, like, oh my gosh, the impact I was making, or this is why they were coming. And now look at, it was kind of this ripple effect. Now other people are
Yes.
and showing appreciation. And so I think that's always the thing too. When I see you, always reminds me of, like, yeah, get back to the basics of what your true dawn is. You know,
Yeah.
so many things in social media, and the things we were talking about earlier is just, we're always trying to, people are trying to look for the quick way to do things, or, oh, set up this way, or this marketing campaign or whatnot. But it's like, just go back to the basics, everybody. Be a kind person. Doesn't mean you have to spend a ton of money, but it's
No.
like, be efficient,
Mm-mm.
and just send the simple thank yous, or to show gratitude to people. And I'm proud of you for all the things that you've done and all the
Mm.
strides that you've made. And I'm thankful for the time that we got to meet in person, now that I don't
Right.
see you in person as often anymore. But just, I feel that I've always learned a lot from you, and
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
always continuously to learn, and also get inspired by you to keep growing and learning, and expanding the business. So keep shining bright,
Yeah.
and I
Oh, thank
appreciate
you.
you joining me today.
Thank you. This has been great.
All right. Well, I hope everybody follows her and
Oh,
gives a few more, strategic ways of how you can give to other people. So thank you again.